Hey guys, Jack Bennett here from iCanPlayDrums.com. Welcome to another custom studio lesson. Today's lesson is dedicated to Wesley King, who is an American expat living in Phuket, Thailand. And Wesley has been asking about linear triplets and how do linear ideas work in general. He's written, "Hi Jack, I've seen in some videos on YouTube people talking about linear beats and in particular using linear triplets. What does this mean specifically, and is it related to beats or fills?" I saw a video recently, here's the link, and the drummer is talking about taking the linear triplet pattern but playing it as 16th notes. At this point, I am completely confused. How can a triplet rhythm also be a 16th rhythm? Sorry if this is a pedestrian type question, but I really can't get my head around it. So first of all, a triplet and a 16th is not the same thing. So you're right, they can't be the same thing. Triplets are 3 evenly spaced notes per beat, counted as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And 16th notes, which in the older European classical names are semiquavers. So if you ever hear semiquavers and you're wondering what that is, it's 16th notes. They're counted as 4 evenly spaced notes per beat. 1E and a 2E and a 3 and a 4E and a 1. Triplets are 1 and a 2 and etc. Okay, one of them's 4, one of them's 3. So they're not the same thing. What we're talking about when we say we're playing, even if it's not a linear pattern of 3, but if we're, let's just go with that. That could be any pattern of 3. If you put a pattern of 3 into 16th notes, what it means is that the pattern cycles over and over and over. And let's just say you're doing a pattern and it goes right, left, foot, which is one of the most common patterns you'll ever learn as triplets or a linear pattern. And let's just say you've learnt it as triplets. So you've learnt it as 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1. 2, maybe using it like this in 12/8. 1 and a 2 and a, etc. Okay, now after you've learnt it as triplets, and obviously the first thing that we think of when we have a repetitive pattern of 3 notes is triplets, because that's how the ear hears it. You need to, of course, learn it as triplets, but then you can break away and put that pattern of 3 into another subdivision, and it actually starts to sound a little bit more sophisticated, because every time you get back to that first note of the 3, you're in a different part of the beat. So let's now think in terms of 16th notes, which is 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1. And then and I'll keep that going, say, on the hi-hat as our reference, so that's our pulse. And then if I play the right left foot pattern, you'll see that every time I get back to that right hand, I'm not on the downbeat. I'm not on any of the numbered beats like I was if I was playing it as triplets. Okay, once again, triplets was 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, but if I do it as 16th notes, it sounds more like this. Nice and slow. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. Two, 3, 4. All right, and that's often how we play patterns of 3. We actually don't play them as triplets at all. We play them in context of 16th notes. And so what happens is you end up with what's like a dotted 8th note reference, okay? So every time I get back to that right hand, a dotted 8th note, which is the equivalent of 3 16th notes, 3 16th notes has gone by, okay? So it's like this: 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1. 2, maybe a bar of groove and the fill, 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1. Or if I say the sticking and the pedal, right left kick, 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 right right, maybe. Or like this. Okay, so that's what we're doing. And you could mix it up. It doesn't have to be that fill. It could be 2 hands together, a little bit quicker. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's one way of playing that kind of linear triplet fill. Now, what does linear mean anyway? Just in case you're not aware, linear when applied to drumming just means basically a straight line of notes. And specifically, it means that on any given subdivision, whatever subdivision you're playing, whatever rhythm you're playing, be it triplets, 16ths, 8ths, whatever, you never play more than one drum on any subdivision. Okay, so even the most basic rock beat that we all learn when we're starting out, as soon as we've landed on beat 1, bang, it's not a linear rhythm. okay, because we landed hi-hat and bass drum together. And linear is where you never land anything together. So it's more like this. Or something like this, all that sort of Steve Gadd stuff like. Right? Or the triplet kind of version of that. Okay. Oh, I landed. Wasn't linear right at the end. Now that brings up a good point. When you play linear beats, it's not like you have to only play linear beats and you've suddenly made a mistake if you happen to land two things together. It's not like the linear police are going to come and take you away. Often you'll be playing a groove and you'll just throw a little bit of linear stuff in the middle somewhere. Right? That was a linear, like, fragment, if you like. Right, left, left foot. Right, left, left foot. Before the backbeat, okay? But prior to that, it wasn't linear because I'd landed together. So don't think that when you're incorporating linear stuff into your playing that you suddenly have to only play linear. It's like anything. You just throw it in wherever you see fit, all right? Etc. Okay. So let's get back to that fill. One way that we can play it, of course, is going right, left, kick. Of course, we can do the opposite. We can go left, right, foot. All right, so let's just try that out. We're going to put the right hand down each of the toms. Okay, and then you might want to mix it up. Okay, I'd recommend doing maybe a bar of time and then doing right, left in the fill, and then a bar of time, then doing left, right in the fill. Sound like this. Right hand first, so. Now lead with the left. Not only do you get more vocab and the phrases sound different, it's just always good to lead with the right and the left. It's just good for your general coordination on drums. All right, so that's one way of doing it in fill. Of course, speed it up. Left. All right, let's now check out a couple of ways of using that phrase, right, left, kick, in grooves. And we are now going to use it as triplets, okay? So we're not doing this kind of thing of, applying it within some other subdivision. We're sticking with triplets for now, with both of these grooves. What we're going to do is we're going to take a really basic, this is a very simple way of incorporating this into your beats, because if you've never done this before, it can be a little bit confusing how it all sort of works. We're going to take the most simple eighth note rock beat, right? And 3 and 4 and 1. And what we're going to do is we're going to play, all right before beat 4. So across beat 3, we're going to go 3, and then on the and, we're going to play it as well. So that's right, left foot. And then we land nice and solid with our backbeat on beat 4. Okay, so you'll notice that when I play those two left hands, I'm not hitting them hard at all. In fact, if anything, I'm probably ghosting them a little bit, all right? At speed, it sounds like this. Slow it down. This is a nice, easy way of incorporating this pattern into your drumming, all right? And you probably already know how to play this beat, so it's not too much of a stretch to include this, all right? So at this point, when you play that rhythm, jacka-dum, jump, you're doing 16th triplets because you're playing 2 cycles of the 3, which gives you 6 notes, and they all fit within beat 3. So therefore, you're playing 6 notes in beat 3 is 16th triplets. So you're playing 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4. Landing on beat 4. Okay, so it's 16 triplets and it looks like this. Okay, so that's it. Now, at this point, you could include it anywhere in the beat that you like. Okay, so without getting too complex, I'm just going to play the same thing. The right hand is not going to move away at all from playing eighth notes. All right, but I'm going to start adding in this left hand and the right foot in more places now. All right, sounds like this. come up with things like that. Now, if I actually was playing a halftime shuffle, like I was talking about earlier with the linear thing, I might use that every now and again, okay? Might use it with my left foot. All right, so instead of being right, left, right foot, it's right, left, left foot, okay? Really enjoying this little zill bell. So another way to use it would be in jazz. So let's do a different style. I like to try and give you guys examples that cross styles because, you know, I Can Play Drums, we've got like over 100,000 members, and some people are jazz guys and girls, and some people are Latin people, and some people are rock or funk or covers, and some people are classical mallet players as well. And so I don't want to just always do eighth note rock. Let's check out a way of doing it in jazz. This is, you know, again, when you're starting to build your vocab in jazz, and you're starting to include some broken triplet phrasings, this one works really well. So if we're starting with our jazz ride pattern of just 1, 2, a 3, 4, a 1, hi-hat and 2 and 4, nice and slow, you get. All right, now you might want to start out and get rid of that skip note that precedes 1 to a 3, and then also getting back to a 1. Just go with quarter notes with the right hand if that's too hard for you in the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And if that's too hard, get rid of the hi-hat. Okay, but eventually you'll want to be able to include it with the skip note as well. So, and of course the backbeat, hi-hat and 2 and 4. Okay, Wesley, I hope that's helped. Again, it's not that they're playing triplets and sixteenths at the same time. They're taking a repetitive pattern of 3, which the ear hears as triplets first, but they're putting it in another subdivision, in this instance being sixteenths. They could put it into eighth notes. They could put it into quintuplets. They could put it in anything. But the most common thing probably is to go into sixteenths. All right, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the lesson. It's been another custom studio lesson. If, like Wesley, you have questions you want answered, email us. Either at icanplaydrums.com, at hotmail.com, or jack@icanplaydrums.com. We'd love to hear from you, and we will film you some lessons. Stay tuned to the next lesson. Bye-bye. Hi, and welcome to icanplaydrums.com Custom Studio. With I Can Play Drums Custom Studio, we do things a little bit differently than most monthly subscription drum lesson sites. Our lessons start with, and are driven by, you. Each week, our subscribers email us what they want to learn next. It could be a specific issue they have with their technique, their reading, a new style, drum solos, how to do gigs, and we film expert lessons addressing our subscribers' specific problems. With the thousands of free YouTube lessons and a plethora of subscription sites around, it can be tough to get heard if you have things you want addressed. We don't dictate what lessons you will learn next in a fixed curriculum. We listen to your emails and chats and build customized video lessons specific to your goals every single week. Our lessons are filmed in multi-angles along with our easy beat clips and additional resources like play-along MP3s and printable PDFs. Student lesson requests are submitted via email by any given Friday. Lessons are filmed over the weekend and go live the following Monday through Thursday. Each week, one of these lessons is uploaded free to YouTube to help put the word out to future subscribers. Our input into helping you achieve your goals doesn't stop there. With I Can Play Drums Custom Studio, we're committed to giving you real lesson progression so you get measurable results. At the bottom of these custom lessons, we provide you with subsequent lessons that build in a natural and logical progression, so you keep improving and don't lose your way. Sign up is easy and instant, and the pricing is about 1/10 what you would pay in a year of weekly lessons. Click the link below to get started.